Meet Denver. Great guy, great conversation, founder of MetroGuard within the security space, and very insightful.
I run a small security company called MetroGuard, and we provide security for complexes and residential complexes, shopping malls, and so on.
This is why I love doing this. This is why I love speaking to small business owners and having these great chats, because you get to learn a lot about different spaces. We got to speak about so many things, so many different points about his industry, about his space, and how his business fits into all of this, right? We spoke about the background of the business, how it started. That just gave us more insight about the business of who he is. We spoke about industry practices. Those are great. The competition, the technology in the space. We spoke about AI. And then finally, as usual, we gave him the plug away section where he just plugged himself and told us who he is and where you guys can support and find him. Started off by asking him what motivated him to start the business, right? What's the driver to that? I usually love starting out with that because it gives you like great insights on the person's drive or the need they had when they started the business. How would you say your businesses helps people or businesses feel more in control of their lives and their spaces and their environments?
Our security services empower individuals and businesses to feel more in control of their life and spaces. We provide peace of mind, knowing that they've got trained professionals protecting them at all time of their property and their assets. We mitigate risks. We identify potential threats and take proactive measures to secure breaches. We enhance security measures to deter crime. We offer customized solutions to each of our clients' unique needs. We build trust with our clients. We establish a strong relationship with them and demonstrate commitment to their safety and satisfaction. Our clients can focus on their priorities without worrying about security issues, basically. Ultimately, our goal is to provide a sense of security and stability, allowing the clients to thrive in their personal and professional lives.
The small segue from that conversation was the industry practices. It's interesting how that also determines how you play and how you're perceived. So it was very insightful for him to mention the contracts.
So that's the other thing about security is most of these residence complex and things, when these big companies go there, they sign them up for 3 years. And now, because you're binded by a contract, you can't get out of that contract. And you're not happy with your security anymore. You have to stick it out for the next 3 years and you can't get out of it. We don't do things like that. We sign up month-to-month contracts. I do not have long-term contracts, even a 6-month contract. I don't have, because if you're not liking our services, then give us a 1-month notice and we're out of there. But so far, the time that I've started this business from 2017, I've never lost a site to bad service. Never. So that tells you a lot about my business. And
this question was interesting to me, or the reason I wanted to ask it was that I wanted to find out what does it really mean for him. So, because is it just the word security? What does it really mean? What does security really mean to you beyond just the guards and the gates, and what does it really mean to you?
Well, security to me is anything but security, as in guards and gates. There's much more to that. We create a sense of safety, protection, and, as I said, peace of mind for these individuals and commercial industry, the organizations and things. Security, under the security banner, there's a whole lot more than just guards and gates. There's risk management, there's protection of assets, safeguarding property, people, prevention measures that we put in place, and effective response. That's what we ultimately, security is about creating a safe and secure environment that allows individuals and organizations to thrive.
Like any other industry, it is without competition. And it was interesting to hear how a small player plays within the space compared to big players. How is the competition though, like in your space? Like
There's a lot of competition. There's a lot of competition out there, and you always trying to be or outrun the next. The thing is, sometimes you can't get that business. It's because of some inside contact and things like that. But if people had to weigh out the options where look at what we do out there and what we provide for services for the affordability as well, the prices, our fees are very low compared to others. And it's not that we a bit more unprofessional, that we're cheaper. We don't ever say that we're cheaper. We're just affordable. Yeah. Our services are top notch, and we've got in my area alone, there's over 150 clients that can actually vouch for me where we did armed response in this area. We've got so much of references. If anybody had to ask me for a reference, I can give it to them in a split second and say, yeah, phone these 10 people, and they'll actually tell you what my company is all about.
I'm sure, like everyone else, I barely know anything about security. I know it's there. I use it. Where I stay, it's there. It's present. I can see it. But sometimes you have certain misconceptions about any industry. So it was interesting to ask and hear what his view was on the biggest misconceptions of security. What are some of the biggest misconceptions you would say there is about the security industry?
Misconceptions. There's, so much of misconception about security and the industry itself. They say security is about, as you said, guards and gates, including security is about cybersecurity. There's risk management. There's emergency services. They say security is reactive when we actually more on the proactive. We preventing crime from happening. I'm stuck. People think all security providers are the same. That's the misconception, is that all security providers are the same, but it differs with the company's services and their expertise, their technology, and their approach to clients and things. Most people think security is for the large corporations, but actually my biggest business comes from small business individuals, communities. That's where I get most of my business, and we tailor make our services to suit their needs. Security doesn't have to basically cost you an arm and a leg. We make it affordable for the client.
This was a personal one for me, per se, because I'm in the technology space and I'm always interested to find out how different spaces or industries are interacting with technology and how they use technology and what the state of technology is for the industry. How big is technology in security? And how does that impact your business specifically?
Technology that's coming out, we look at the latest technology all the time. The problem with that is it's very expensive, and that's why most of the companies are not integrating with the latest technology. But if you can afford it, you'll be ahead of the game. You'll offer your clients much more than other companies, and that's how you can stay abreast from everybody else. So technology is always good, but technology does not replace the guard as well. You always need that human intervention in that.
So wait, how big is the human intervention there compared to technology? Because I would think having all this fancy technology, security, cameras and all of that, how big is the element for human?
I would say with technology, it's just an 80-20 split, 80 being the guard needs to be there. That's because the technology, your cameras and so on, they can only give you footage for when you need it in court to say we caught a criminal and this is him on camera and so on. And you've got technology as in beams that you can put around your property where early alerts and things like that.
Yeah.
A guard that's patrolling all the time, his eyes are all over. He'll be better off than the camera itself. He'll pick up more criminal activity than the camera. And people don't really bother too much about the technology. Criminals don't bother about technology. They'll jump your fence, they'll break the cameras, and they'll break into your property. And all you have the next day is just footage to say, oh yes, they broke in and they stole all of these things from me. But your stuff is gone.
And of course, it's always a good thing for a business to have a future, and it's a better thing to, and of course I have to ask this, what's the vision, what's the big goal, future aspiration of the business, and where he saw Metro Guard? What's the biggest vision for behind Metro Guard? And also maybe if you could add also, where do you see it in the next 5 to 10 years?
The biggest vision for Metro Guard is to become the leading provider of comprehensive security solutions, renowned for excellent innovation and customer centricity. We aim to expand our services, offer a broader range of security solutions, including risk management and emergency services. We want to enhance our technology integration, leverage cutting-edge technology to improve efficiency, effectiveness, and client experience. We want to foster community trust, develop strong relationships with clients, communities, and stakeholders. We want to drive the industry standards, basically challenge them, influence best practices, and set high standards for the security industry. Ultimately, Metro Guard aspires to be a trusted partner for individuals, businesses, communities, and all those seeking for reliable, innovative, and affordable security solutions. That's basically in a nutshell what we are out to achieve our goals.
So I think it's a great vision to have, something to aspire to. Yes, the big topic, AI. Of course I had to ask this. I'm more interested in to find out how his space or how AI is in the security space. To hear the conversation of price was not so shocking, but it was interesting regardless. Is there anything to do with AI in security right now?
There's a lot to do with AI and like robotics and stuff. But as I said, it's not affordable for the industry because there's so much of competition out there. We don't charge high fees because we want to get into the market as well. So our fees are very low. And with that low fee, we can only afford to pay our guys good salaries, get them the medical aid and the provident funds and things that they need. And what you left over is you try to enhance your security, your business. And you try to grow your business with what's left over. Unfortunately, when it comes to the latest technology and what's out there, it's exorbitant prices. So unless you're some billionaire that can do something like that, then you'll set yourself. As I said, the billionaires, the bigger companies, security companies, are still not doing that because they're making major profit from this. Why would I give away my profit and start getting, I'm getting so much money from this. So the way weighing that option and saying, I'm making a lot of money, now I need to spend more money, but not realizing you can set yourself far from the competition out there. If you had to invest more into your technology side of it, as AI and things, those are the things that are taking over the world. So be the one that's different. Be different.
It was a really interesting conversation. I enjoyed it. The chats, the things you would never get to hear. I like that it's a small business because you get to speak to people directly, the founders, people that are on the ground, that are running it. And this conversation was by far one of the best conversation because it's an industry that I'm not really privy to. And of course, I had to give him the plug away session. So I had to let him plug himself. He had to plug himself. So yeah, that was great. Where we can find you, where you're located, how do you want us to support you? Where can people get a hold of you?
So they can check out our website at www.metroguard.co.za or pop us an email on info@metroguard.co.za, or they can call me direct. That's the best thing about being in a small business is you'll get that individual attention from me. I'm not going to send somebody to you. My number is 07525041. You can call me directly. And I'll give you the best solution for your security.
Awesome. That's so good. Thank you. That's the end of the conversation.
Thank you so much, Sims.